What up, Laker Nation? It's your boy DTLF. Back with another post-game recap as the Lakers defeat the Phoenix Suns 112 to 107 on what was a very impressive showing of our depth once again, especially due to the fact that Phoenix played their starters in the third quarter and took a lead. And we were still able to come back behind Kuz and Talen Horton-Tucker. Yes, Talen Horton. Oh, I'm sorry, Talen Horton-Tucker. All right, before I butcher his name all over again. But Kuz and Talen were phenomenal, as well as a couple other players. Now, first quarter, we looked sloppy. Obviously, LeBron and AD got to knock some rust off to be expected. And then you could tell they weren't going hard because they don't want to get injured, which is fine. Second half, we came out sloppy. Obviously, we had to adjust. We didn't have LeBron or AD in the game, so that happened. And then unfortunately, Dennis Schroeder went out with an ankle injury, but hopefully he's fine. I think it's just precautionary that they bench him for the rest of the game. But what was impressive to me, the main thing I took away from this, man, was the poise. The poise that this kid Talen Horton-Tucker displayed. We know Kuz got what it takes to be clutch and hit big shots. But Talen, down the stretch, invaluable minutes by the coaching staff. Shout out to Frank Vogel for giving this kid a chance, man, to prove himself. Played him heavy minutes and put the ball in his hand to end the game with another 18-point game. Great defense. Now, we struggled in the paint a little bit. We gave up too many buckets, but I do believe a lot of that was because we didn't have AD in the paint. Obviously, anytime Aiden or anybody like that is in there, we should have AD. But again, this is just preseason, so it don't matter. Bottom line is the Lakers got a dub. It looked like they were going to blow us out of the water. They came out with, and by the way, Phoenix got a good team. So credit to them for building a nice team. But hey, thanks, Horace. Appreciate you, bro. But yeah, even though Phoenix got a good team, our depth definitely showed. And again, Kuz was phenomenal yet again. I think he's been the best player in preseason. So regardless of whatever the haters want to tell you, 23 points again on an efficient 4 of 8 from beyond the arc. He had a couple of assists, 3 rebounds, a steal. I mean, the kid did a little bit of everything and hit some timely shots. And again, THT with another great game. Montrezl Harrell, man. Anytime he comes in, that energy is so infectious. I like what I saw from Mark. He wasn't at his best today, but that's okay. That is okay. We don't need him going hard for preseason. And then Devontae Kaycock gave us some little nice minutes here and there. But other than that, I was disappointed with Wesley Matthews. I think, the whole team has been good. But if there's one player I really need to step up, is Wesley Matthews, because we brought him here. I know we paid him a little bit of money. I get that. But we know he's a 3-and-D guy. And so far, he hasn't shown me either consistently enough. But again, it's just preseason. I'm not tripping, man. I'm not tripping. Thanks, Frank. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. He said, yeah, that Gasol full court dimer was really nice, man. Really nice. Yeah, Gasol. Here's the thing. Somebody mentioned this. And they said it on Twitter. They said, hey, having Marcus on the team is like having an old Jokic. And they're right. They're very similar in the sense they both use their body really well. And obviously, Jokic is in his prime, but Marcus uses his body. Great passer, can stretch the floor. Yeah, it's like having an old Jokic. I think that's a perfect comparison. And I think it's going to be invaluable. What's my necklace? I got the Gengar, man. Check it out. Yeah, I got that Gengar drip. He's a need a backup center, though. You know what? I've been saying need is a strong word. Could we use some more length? Sure. But here's the thing. People forget that we still have Anthony Davis, the best rim protector in the league there. And Marcus is going to hold his own. Montrezl Harrell is just a dog. Did you see that weak side block? And he's crashing the boards. Obviously, he got exposed by Ayton because of the size mismatch. But there's not a lot of DeAndre Aytons in the league, bro. There's not a lot of them. This is one of those teams that has a skilled big man, and you would need AD. But we weren't trying to win this game. We were just trying to get out healthy, and hopefully Schroeder is okay. Denver's Garden, appreciate you, man. He said, Lakers are going to be real fun to watch this season. Happy holidays, Dan. Man, thank you so much. That's what's up, man. See, Denver Nugget fans are cool as heck. Appreciate that. Yeah, they're a blast to watch. Even when we were losing, I saw the Twitter timeline panicking a little bit, talking about, we need a center. We need this. We need that. It's like, no, we're not playing the full roster. People forget that KCP didn't even play. Alex Caruso didn't even play. So we're still lacking some depth, and we still showing out in spurts. When LeBron and AD were out there, we looked great in the second quarter. And then, obviously, We're so deep. Now we got Talen running the offense for us, man. Who would have thought? If I told you guys after last year's championship, hey, so Talen Tucker is gonna look even hungrier this season, and he has worked on his game in the offseason, and he's now gonna be able to control the tempo, get to his spots, finish, and get players involved to end the stretch of games. You'd be like, you're out of your mind, Dan. Nah, that's exactly what he's doing. So this is a very, very nice surprise. Another 18-point game. So he had a 19-point game, a 33-point game, and now another 18-point game. Amazing kid. And the thing that I like about him is he started the game off missing some shots, but that didn't deter him. He didn't get discouraged. That's actually the mark of a star player, because star players, whoever it may be, whoever's an elite scorer in the league, even if they start off missing, they're not deferring the next couple plays down. No, they're staying aggressive. And again, kudos to the coaching staff for allowing him to be him and allowing him to catch a rhythm in the game and eventually help us get back on top. And again, shout out to Kuzma. I feel like he's been the most efficient. He's been the lethalest player for us on this team in preseason. Now, I just wanted to translate to regular season, and I can't wait. Our Lakers are super deep. We basically beat them with the C squad, because a lot of these guys were like not even going to get minutes in regular season. Costas, Kaycock are not going to play a lot. Dudley's not going to play a lot. He's out here hitting threes. He said, bro, our Lakers are deep. Absolutely. Mark had 8 points. Marc Gasol is going to be nice for this team. I think very underrated acquisition. Same thing for Dennis Schroeder. He hasn't scratched the surface. I don't think he's trying to get injured. I think a lot of these players that already know their role on the team are just trying to coast through the preseason and make sure they get there healthy, because remember, it's a quick turnaround between last season and this season for everybody, and especially for the Lakers. So that's why I saw LeBron. He wasn't even trying to dive for loose balls. I don't want him to. Shoot, I was like, pull him out, Frank. After quarter one, I was like, we don't need to see no more. We're good. We know what he brings. Do I like Quinn Cook? You know what, Lauren? I loved Quinn Cook since he was in Duke. And I think he has a nice little dog on him. Now, here's the thing about Quinn Cook. He was injured last year, and it showed on the court, right? He didn't look great. So he didn't play major minutes. But this year, I think Quinn's going to shine. His shot is looking good. You know, his first step is looking amazing. His court vision is starting to show out there. So I think Quinn Cook, I could see him being a contributor to the Lakers as a role player this year, for sure. But people are telling me not to get excited about this Talen Horton-Tucker kid. How can I not get excited, guys? He's done it versus 3 good teams, right? The Suns are a good team. The Clippers are a good team. They're not a great team. Neither of those are a great team. But this kid is showing no fear, zero fear. And tonight, I was a little bummed out at first when he came out, because I was like, oh, they figured him out. Look, now they're forcing him to the baseline. He's not able to get to the middle. He adjusted mid-game. Again, that's the mark of a great player in the making. So, again, it's hard not to get excited about this kid. People think we're overreacting or whatever. Talen Horton-Tucker is the real deal. All he needs is minutes. And at this point, I'm going to tell you this. I'm looking at Wesley Matthews. It's early in the preseason, but I'm looking at it. I'm like, Wesley better knock down the shots and play good defense, because Talen is hungry. And if I'm coach, I'm looking at Talen like, should I give him his minutes? Like, yo, you're really going to have to prove yourself, Wesley Matthews, to stay on the court, because, again, we have a hungry young dog who's not afraid of the moment. He's definitely not afraid of the moment. He's going to come out here, man, starving to get in that lane. You know, that little spin move he has is his patented move. Reminds me of LeBron's a little bit. Not too much, but enough, where he uses his body extremely well, shields the basketball, and he's a triple threat position out of that spin move, man. Oh, hey, boy Bradley, he said, appreciate the link, fam. Anytime, man. Anytime, man. I appreciate your donation and support as well. Like I said, if you guys ever have trouble watching the games, you guys need a link, follow me on Twitter. I got you guys, man. I got you guys for sure. But thanks for the donation, brother. He said, ESPN, don't talk to us. You guys had the Clippers winning last year. No love for our Lakers. We're 3-0, and the most encouraging part is that who cares about the record? We're doing this effortlessly. There's stretches of the game when we're passing the ball, and we look like an NBA 2K team. We look perfect, like rating 99. And the ball just finding the right energy, and we're knocking down shots. You know what I like about Kuz in the preseason is he's been decisive. He's playing hungry and decisive. like rookie Kuz right now. He's looking amazing. And I told you guys, a lot of people were like, let's trade Kuz. He doesn't fit, blah, blah, blah. I said, he's in a contract year. He's only worth about 2 something, right? Mil. Why would you trade him, and what would you get back in return that can give you the value he's going to give? There's nothing. If anything, we should be looking to extend Kuz. Extend Kuz. Remember, this is going to be our team for a long time. Why trade him? You're not going to get the same value for 2 mil. Heck no. And he's still young. And him and Horton-Tucker look great out there together. Now, I'm salivating over the prospect of Caruso, Kuz, Talen Horton-Tucker backcourt. Like, I'm just, that could be a very, very sexy backcourt. I'm telling you, on the court. That could be an extremely sexy backcourt because those players are two-way players. Yes, Kuz is a two-way player. He plays good defense. All right. I know he bid on a couple of pump fakes and people were ready to crucify him last year, but that doesn't matter. He's still a very good defender. And again, I love what Alex Caruso does on the defensive and offensive end. Talen Horton-Tucker. Remember, the thing about Caruso is he can play off ball as well. So him and Horton-Tucker off the bench, I think in the backcourt it's going to be phenomenal because Horton-Tucker plays some great defense. Did you guys see that block? My goodness. He said, Kuz is a role player. He's tall and defensive. He said, if we trade Kuz, our team wouldn't be connected. He said, would you trade Kuz and Talen for Zach LaVine? That's really hard to do. I probably would because I love Zach LaVine. He's a UCLA product, and I think he would do phenomenal on a championship contender. However, it's a hard decision for me because y'all know how I feel about Kuz, and you're giving up 2 positions for one, and now Talen is growing. But I think you have to make that move because you're getting the proven star player. And anytime you're getting a proven star player, you have to make it. Just the same way we traded for Anthony Davis, And that's tough. But hopefully that doesn't come to fruition because I love the team we have right now. He said, THT reminds me of a younger McGrady. Ooh. Again, the comparison I keep coming back to is Darren Williams. If you guys remember Darren Williams when he was with the Utah Jazz, he was a big guard around the same size as Talen. He was bouncy. He had a lot of energy, and he can get to the rack at will. And once his jumper started falling, oh my goodness, he would put together those little combos coming off the pick and roll, and he was lethal. Same thing with Talen, man. He's lethal off the pick and roll because he's making the right decisions. All right. They try to double him. Guess what? Little pocket pass to Devontae Kaycock for an easy layup. And then he did the little spin move in the lane, kicks it out to who was it? Kuz, who then kicked it out to Dudley. He makes the right plays. He's a triple threat player, meaning that the defense, he keeps the defense on their toes. They can't predict what he's going to do. That's what makes him so effective. And that's what people don't understand. One-dimensional players become predictable. Defenses scheme against them, and they take away their strengths. Players like Talen have the potential to make defenses adjust to him, not the other way around. Because a great offensive player never adjusts to the defense. The defense adjusts to the great offensive player. Because the player can then, if you double him like they did, think about this. A second-year player, only 20 years old, already drawing a double team at the end of a game, and he made the right pass, even though they trapped him, right? Next time he'll get rid of it sooner. But I absolutely love the experience he's getting late in games. This is huge. This is a huge dub for Coach Frank Vogel. That's going to play dividends down the stretch in his basketball career. He said Talen is a younger Lamar Odom. Different types of players, man. Talen's he's more aggressive at scoring. Lamar was too unselfish, even to a fault, that he would always look for teammates first and then score second when he was 6'10" and he can get to the rack at will as well. Again, Talen reminds me of Darren. Reminds me a little bit of Eric Gordon when he was first in the league. They thought he was going to be a star player. He was attacking the rack. He was strong, upper body strength. He could snipe. Obviously, Eric Gordon is a better outside shooter as of right now, but Talen's getting better. But he reminds me a little bit of EG, but a lot of Darren Williams. He's a primary ball handler. Like I think Stu Lance said it best. He's better on ball with the ball in his hands, making the defense shift whatever way he wants it. I mean, I'm not used to a young player like him controlling the tempo of the offense and shifting defenses from left to right. Last time we seen a young player do that was a young Kobe Bryant, the Bean. But I'm not comparing him by no means. All I'm saying is it's been a while since we had a lead guard who's that young with that much potential, the right size, defensive, offensive, everything. Like his two-way potential is out of this world, and I love his on-ball defense. They have to screen him off of the primary ball handler because he's a threat with those hands. He has active hands. He's out there in the passing lanes, just killing it, man. He said, Dan, do you think we have a dynasty brewing, winning 3 out of 5 rings? I don't know how many we're going to win, but this is for sure going to be a dynasty. Bradley, my guy, appreciate you. He said 6 players in double digits. Everyone who plays scored. Kuzma has definitely improved, and if he keeps this up, he deserves $10 million a year contract, in my opinion. I agree with you. I wouldn't be surprised they give him more. But yes, Kuz has always been good. And here's the thing that people don't understand about him is that it's hard to adapt the way he has. Think about it. He was the man the rookie season. There was no pressure on him. He had the ultimate green light. Him, Lonzo. I think, who else did we have on that team? Did we have Clarkson? I think we had Clarkson, Randall. All of them had the green light because there was no superstars. There was no expectations of a championship. So that's why he shined the most in his rookie season. Then, second year, LeBron comes. He has to take a back seat because now LeBron has expectations. We bring in veterans that take up minutes. And, all of a sudden his minutes get cut. But he adjusts properly. He's still like a 6-man candidate, averaging 14, 15 points a game. Perfect. Last year he struggled the most because now you got to take another backseat to AD, LeBron, everybody that was there before him. And they said he was going to be the third. They said he was going to be the third option. However, he never started consistently when LeBron and AD to officially become that third option, if we think about it. And on top of that, remember, he had to take a lot less shots and be more efficient in this offense because you can't hold the ball when you do play with LeBron and AD. So he went from having the ultimate green light to finding his role to now, again, trying to resurge as a offensive weapon, maybe like a Rashard Lewis in that type of Orlando Magic offense when they had Dwight, Jameer Nelson as a primary ball handler, and then Jameer was that third option. Rashard was that third option sniping from beyond the arc. That's kind of how he has to play. Be able to, find the lane when he can, play make when he can, but definitely knock down the open shots when he's open. Kind of like a Robert Horry type role he has to buy into. But he's really a much better player, and you can see it when the starters are benched or resting. That's when he drops 20-plus points per game, and he is capable of that. That's why it bothers me how people take him for granted just because he's not putting up the numbers alongside the great superstars we have. Remember, somebody always needs to sacrifice. Unless you're running a Mike D'Antoni type offense where you're running and gunning and everybody touches the ball. Unless you're running that style of offense, somebody's going to have to sacrifice it. In this case, it has been Kyle Kuzma. But the good news is he doesn't have an ego. He takes criticism extremely well. He wants to get better. He's humble. And this is why I don't understand the hate. Everybody should be loving on him. Most players his age with that type of potential would have requested a trade already. They would have been more selfish and said, I need to get paid. This guy's putting up big numbers whenever our starters go missing. So you just have to be smart as a Laker fan base, be patient. And same thing with Talen. He's going to have to take a major backseat. He's not going to have the same freedom in regular season that he does in preseason. Do I believe he can go off every once in a while? Sure, especially given the minutes, especially if LeBron gets an off night or AD. But people have to understand there's only one basketball, not enough to go around when you got 2 superstars and a bunch of good role players. Montrez himself is a garbage man. They don't draw up plays for Montrez. He gets a little post move, jump shot every once in a while, maybe a layup here or there, a little drop step here or there, but nobody's running plays for Montrez. As good as he is, he's very talented. He can finish with either hand around the basket. You've seen he has a nice little mid-range, but he gets most of his stuff from second chance points and just staying hungry. And so, I'm very excited, man. I'm very excited about this season. He said, Dan, you're tripping on West. Kawhi said he gave him the most fits and his shot is 37% from the 3. I'm not tripping on West. I didn't say bench him. I did not say bench him. All I'm telling you is Wesley Matthews better watch his back because there's a hungry young kid. He better stay on his toes. That's all. That's all I said. And I'm not tripping on that. That's a fact. Anytime you're a veteran and you see a hungry young player, of course, you're going to want to take him under your wing and all that. The good veterans will. But also, you have to make sure you're playing up to par so you could be the lead guard there and don't let the rookie overtake, which is a good thing. It's a good thing for the team. It keeps everybody on their toes and everybody playing better. You want competition. Dan, talented is 6'4", 234 pounds with Kawhi hands and a 7-foot wingspan. Yeah, he's perfect. He's perfect for that position. The style he plays, I love it. I love it. He said, you didn't mention Dennis. I did talk about Dennis. I expect him. I think he was just in cruise control so far in the preseason. I expect him to be a lot more aggressive come regular season. Now, we saw a little burst here or there of him getting to the rack, doing what he does best. But at the same time, um, I think this is just a little glimpse of what he can bring. He's definitely a 6 man of the year candidate. And if he's starting, he'll definitely get some more wide open jump shots with LeBron and AD in the paint, drawing double teams and stuff. Again, this is just a glimpse. They still need a gel. Is a brand new starting lineup. I think this is going to be the final starting lineup based on what I saw with Frank Vogel. I think it's going to be Dennis Schroeder, obviously, at the point guard. Shooting guard is going to be KCP for sure. It's going to be KCP because he started the one game that he came in. He started and he did great. Small forward, LeBron. Power forward, AD. Center is going to be Marc Gasol. Now, I think this is perfect because Mark, he has the length, but he struggles with speed. So whenever we're getting outdueled, like we were today where Ayton was eating, we brought in a pest that is Montrezl Harrell. But remember, people don't factor the equation. They don't equate, they don't equate the fact that AD didn't play major minutes. And so obviously, DeAndre Ayton looked a lot better. But our defense and Spurs looked amazing. When LeBron and AD were out there in the second quarter, excuse me, they were scrambling. Guys, our defense looked next level. I think our defense got better this year. People are worried about bigs way too much. Dan, do you think Gasol is too slow on defense? Definitely, but we don't have him there for speed. We have him there to use his length. We have him in there for his offensive versatility, to be able to stretch the floor. It adds another dimension to have a floor spacer there. It's going to open things up even more, all right, for LeBron and the AD. That's the reason he's starting, and that's the reason we brought him here. People were mad that we got him over JaVale just based off of athleticism. JaVale was a non-factor in the playoffs last year. That's why we got rid of him, and rightfully so. As much as I love his personality and how great he was in the locker room, he was non-effective in the playoffs, and we can't have that. Marc Gasol will be super impactful in the playoffs. I promise you that. If you have a tie game, let me give you a scenario, all right? Let me just give you an example of this. You have a tie game, all right? And let's say we're going up against, let's say, Philly in the finals, right? We're going up against Philly. And they have Joel Embiid, obviously, 7-foot beast. But you have a tie game. They double team LeBron, and for some reason, AD takes a dive, he falls, whatever, they bump him off. They double team LeBron. He passes it to Kuz. Kuz, kicks it out to somebody else, maybe Dennis Schroeder. Schroeder drives. All right, now Marc Gasol's not in the paint. He's out in the corner because he can do that. Right? Schroeder gets double team in the paint. It's a scramble, bang, bang, bang play. Kicks it out to Marc Gasol. Marc Gasol for the three. He can hit that. He can win that for you. That's the difference between having Dwight Howard clogging up the paint or JaVale McGee clogging up the paint, and now AD has to work harder for his buckets, has to fade away, And now with Mark, you spread him out to this three-point line. Now all of a sudden, Anthony Davis backdoor lob or Anthony Davis drop step goal. They're not going to send the help because Mark is a threat. You got to look at the little things. I think Rob made this roster way better. And if you're lacking rim protection, then sure, we can go out there and get somebody. But however, I think AD is our primary rim protector. Gasol can be an occasional rim protector because he's flat-footed. He doesn't jump much. I think even Harrell can be a decent weak side rim protector. We saw a little glimpse of that tonight when he blocked that shot from Chris Paul on the weak side. Or was it Devin Booker? I forgot. But yes, we're good from the rim. From the perimeter, we got even better. And it's going to be awesome to watch. I think you're really going to see this play out in the playoffs. Like I said, 5 out, ISO for LeBron. What are you going to do? Pick your poison. You double team him, somebody's open. Guess what? They're going to rotate the ball. It's going to end up in AD's hands for a layup or a dunk because of it. So I know I talk a lot, but I'm making sense, right? All I'm saying is that I think we got a lot better by subtracting Dwight Howard and JaVale, who can't space the floor, and adding Marc Gasol and Harrell, who actually can space the floor. Yes, Harrell from time to time can knock down a three as well. So again, it's gonna make us that much better. It adds another dimension to our team offensively and defensively. I don't think we'll struggle much. We still got AD down there in the paint. Like I said, Marc Gasol will do his fair share of rim protection, and Montrezl Harrell from the weak side with all that energy in a 7-game series. When people are tired and Montrezl is jumping all over your back, people are going to wear out. So again, need is a strong word for rim protection. It could be a luxury to have another rim protector, sure. But need just sounds desperate, and the Lakers are definitely not desperate. We have more than enough to win not just one title, but multiples. I'm telling you. He said, "Yo, DTLF, what's good, bro? Loving the jersey, my friend. Looking clean as heck, my boy. Anyone sleeping on the Lakers is a fool. No doubt the Lakers will win the chip again. Kuzma will be a star in a few years. Appreciate you, bro. Thanks for all the compliments as always. Yeah, we're not concerned over here. It's just honestly, people see a weakness and they think it's rim protection, but they're fooled by the athleticism. That's fool's gold. Athleticism is great, but it could also get you in foul trouble. It might be more beneficial to have a flat-footed center in the paint in a 7-game series, holding his own, just putting his hands up and bothering shots that way, than the sexy 7-footer blocking shots with his athleticism. Because even sometimes when they block shots, it goes out of bounds. So again, I think Mark is savvy. Obviously, he's not going to go 110 right now. I definitely don't want Marc Gasol chasing people during the preseason. So I think he's holding back. I think he'll be able to, switch out to the three-point shooters and stuff like that from time to time. Of course, he is slower than JaVale and Dwight Howard, but that's okay. We didn't get him for speed. We got him for everything else. You can't have your cake and eat it too. If you want speed, Montrezl Harrell. You could even play. People forget we could play AD at the 5. I think you're going to see this lineup close out games a lot. It's going to be shooter, point guard, shooting guard, KCP, or it could even be Kuz. If KCP's not having a good game, Kuz is clutch. He can close games for you. He can help. So it could be Kuz at the 2, LeBron at the 3, Montrez at the 4 with his energy and defense and hustle. I can help you win games. And then you could even run your death lineup with your boy Anthony Davis at the 5 if you're lacking rim protection. I'm telling you. We're yet to see Trez and AD. But I think that's going to be a heck of a combo, and people are underestimating the type of rim protection that could come from those two. And versatility, athleticism, the ability to switch 1 through 5, everything. People just underestimate this team. As long as we stay healthy, we don't need anything. That's all I got to say about that. So what's up, Dan? How's Giannis has officially signed a big contract? Do you think he should let his brother go? We should let his brother go? No. The Lakers are a class organization. Maybe we did get Giannis, his little brother, to try to recruit him, but maybe they see something in him. And again, if we lack size, that's another big body you could throw out there. Is he clumsy and sloppy? Yes, at times. But you got nothing to lose. He's on a 2-way contract. We're good. My man said, perfect death lineup. I'm telling you, man, I'm really a coach out here, man. I'm a fan, but I'm really a coach, and I see the things they can run with this lineup, and tonight was a learning experience for me. When I watch preseason basketball, I see the potential, and I'm telling you right now, Frank Vogel has a lot of toys to play with, and it ain't even Christmas yet. You know what I'm saying? You catch my drift? Like, he got a lot of toys. If you guys agree with me that would be a sick death lineup to close out games, make sure you smash the like button. I need to see about 300-400 likes up in here, man, because we got 500 peeps in here. And I'm telling you right now, Dennis Schroeder, point guard, shooting guard Kuz or KCP or Wesley or THT. We got options there. Small forward LeBron to close games only. Montrezl Harrell at the 4. With that versatility, his hustle on the boards, he'll give you second chance points if you miss shots. And everybody knows in the fourth quarter, there's a lot of missed opportunities. Montrezl Harrell is a dog. He just sniffs out that ball. And he has active hands on the defensive end. And then, of course, AD at his best position, in my opinion, the center. Who's stopping that lineup? And you can even alternate shooter with somebody else. You can throw in Alex Caruso to close out games. If Shooter's not having a great game, Alex Caruso will. We know he's a big-time player. So, again, he got options. He got everything, man. He said, Cook is great for team building. And he can knock down shots. That's something I told you guys about him since last year. I was happy we got him because he can, when healthy, he can knock down shots. He said, should have we kept Brandon Ingram? Kuzma is not a star. Dude is a role player. No, we couldn't have made that trade without Brandon Ingram. And I'll make that trade a million more times. We got a chip out of it. Stop regretting the trade. The trade was perfect. Matter of fact, the initial trade was going to take both Brandon Ingram and Kuz. We're blessed enough to keep Kuz. Man, we have to appreciate what we have. We sound spoiled saying, shouldn't we kept this player? No, man, we got a superstar. We're lucky and blessed to have Kuz. We're blessed. Who cares if he's a role player? He's a role player on this team. I guarantee you, if he was on a sucky team like the Knicks or somebody else, he'd be putting up bigger numbers and you wouldn't be singing the same praises. Brandon Ingram is great. I love him. I told you guys, I think one day he has the potential to be a top 10 to top 5 player in this league. But we got a top 1 to top 2 player out of it. Don't be greedy, guys. Enjoy what you have. You know what I'm saying? That's like if you got the new Xbox or the new PS5 and you're out here talking about, man, should I have got that PS4 that was sitting there? It was a good deal as well. It's like, bro, you got the PS5. Why you want the PS4? You know, enjoy what you got. Enjoy what you have. Count your blessings, man. It's not every day. Laker Nation is a heavy favorite to three-peat. Like, come on, somebody. Enjoy it. Enjoy it. Enjoy it. At the end of the day, that trade doesn't happen without Brandon Ingram. You have to think like a GM. You're the Pelicans GM. You making that trade without Brandon Ingram? Absolutely not. Neither would I. We're lucky we kept Kuz. Trust me, because Anthony Davis is worth Kyle Kuzma as well. We just got blessed. It's a blessing. You're talking about a player on a $2.5 million contract who's putting up 15 points per game, and you're taking him for granted. Oh, my Lord. Good Lord. Somebody get this man. Please. Please. And I got love for you, bro, but you got to open your eyes, man. I think, you know, I think even a blind man, no disrespect, I think even he could see that Kuzma is good for the team. At some point, you can't have all the stars in the league. You can't keep Brandon Ingram, add Anthony Davis, you know, keep LeBron and add Lonzo Ball. Nah, this ain't 2K, bro. You have to give up something good to get something great. And this was more than worth it. Because look, if you look, yes, Brandon Ingram became an all-star, but is he an impactful all-star? No, they still didn't make the playoffs. You know, not yet. He will be that one day. But as of right now, no, not at all. Is that all this trade Kuz talk kills me? I don't know why they don't like the kid. It's beyond me. He shot a commercial they didn't like or something. I don't know. He's good people, man. He stays humble. He plays his role, and he doesn't ask for nothing. Well, what else do you want? Not everybody could be a star in the team. Somebody has to sacrifice. Multiple players have to sacrifice to win championships. Yeah, THT is going to be great, man. Just watch. I told you guys. I told you guys since last year. And apparently LeBron told us since way before. But I don't know. I hope they bring him along and give him heavy minutes this year because he deserves it. But somebody's going to have to, again, sacrifice for the team and lose their minutes for THT. Who's that going to be? Who's going to be the odd man to lose the minutes? Matter of fact, log in your comments right now. Who do you guys think THT is going to steal minutes from? Remember, he could play 1 through 3. Especially when we go small, he could play the 3. So, who do you guys think? Who do you guys think that we should or should lose some minutes? I think Wesley Matthews. Unless he plays big time like he did in Portland, I think it's going to be Wesley Matthews. KCP was great for us. I think he needs to stay right there. I wouldn't touch his minutes at all. Alex Caruso is a nice two-way player as well. But like those two guys are solidified on the team, in my opinion. Shooter, if he's injured, yeah, but we're not hoping for injuries, man. We're not hoping for injuries. This guy said, Dan, the problem is guys are looking at this season's team through the lens of last year's team. Lakers got better and little tweaked around the edges. That's what I'm saying. Bro, thank you. Thank you. Somebody that understands. I'm telling people, man, people are complaining we need rim protection. No, we needed floor spacing. It was hard to get buckets in the paint. That like LeBron and AD almost needed to get injured to drop their 30s. Now we need floor spacing to be able to open things up. And now you can see LeBron James coming down like a freight train. And you see AD just doing the little drop steps and getting to the bucket and finishing strong. That way you don't have to always settle for turnaround jump shots. You know, the reason AD and LeBron had to settle for so many turnaround jump shots last year, and again, sometimes we will get those this year as well. But the reason we had to settle for too many turnaround jump shots last year was because of that. Because JaVale McGee and Dwight don't floor space for you at all. Like they hit a couple of like we're leading by 23s, but that don't mean nothing. You know, those actually don't help you floor space. It's the ones that come in transition, the ones that come during the flow and course of the game that can change the momentum. He says Zion and BI are going to beat the brakes off the Lakers. Oh my goodness. Okay, you just revealed yourself as a Pelicans fan. They're gonna beat the brakes off of us, bro. I love Zion and I love BI, but they ain't beating the brakes off nobody. They're beating the brakes off of young teams that are their own age. They're gonna struggle versus the vets. Now they did get a little bit better. You guys did get what's his name? The Aussie. What's his name? Jesus, there I go with the names. Always, you know, Steven Adams. You guys did get Steven Adams, so congratulations. You definitely got better, but beat the brakes off of us, please, man. You sounded ignorant just now. I don't think I'll be reading any more of your comments. Your basketball IQ just went from decent to like, beat the brakes off of us. Nobody's beating the brakes off of us. Look at our team, man. Analyze that. Stop seeing the game through your heart and see it through your eyes and use your mind. Don't be a judge with your heart because you're going to be disappointed. I'm telling you, the Pelicans, they can make the playoffs. They have the veterans to do it. The young players still have to. They still have to continue to grow and get better. I'm rooting for your Pelican squad, except when you play my team. But I hope they get better, man. They're one of my young favorite teams to watch. But they got a ways to go. They're not even close. If anything, Phoenix got closer than you guys. You're talking about fighting for that 8th or 7th seed. And Phoenix got a lot closer, man. So pump the brakes before you talk about beating the brakes because you're going to end up just crashing. Pump the brakes, bro. He said, yo, Dan, I'm happy to watch and see the superstars duo like King James and Davis. I'm thankful for our squad, and I'm 17. Love our future. He said, Dan, what's your death lineup? I think you heard it already, man. Again, it's going to be take your pick between guards, okay? You can put anybody there, but let's just say for the sake of argument, it's going to be shooter. Shooter at the point, shooting guard, KCP or Kuz. All right, both of those guys are big-time shot takers and makers. Small forward, LeBron. Power forward, Trez. And at center, Anthony Davis. I don't see a lot of teams beating that. You know what I mean, Eddie? I don't see a lot of teams beating that, man. Just because of the versatility, the quickness, the ability to space the floor, the defense, and just, the versatility that lineup will bring you for sure. He said, only thing that could stop us from winning back-to-back championships is COVID. Yeah, but thankfully that vaccine it looks like it's going to be effective. So actually, I think we might be in Staples Center by playoff time. I hope we are. Oh, please. I would love to see a game, man. I was going to go, when was it, last year? Problem is, LeBron got injured, and I've never seen LeBron play live. So I gave my tickets to little homies that never been to a Laker game, and they were able to appreciate. But again, shout out to my boy Q for providing me with those. At least I had an opportunity. I passed on that opportunity when LeBron got injured because I just want to witness LeBron one time before he retires. So yeah, but I will say this, man. I really hope that vaccine works and we're able to get into Staples Center by playoff time. Can you imagine the playoffs in Staples? Oh man, the crowd will be rocking. I will be up in there shirtless with face paint on or something crazy, man. I love my Lakers too much. He said, my next jersey will be THT jersey. Let's go. I'm considering that. If he keeps playing like this in the regular season, I'm definitely copying me one. I would love to have a Horton-Tucker jersey. And that number 5 is one of my favorite numbers as well. But right now I'm repping Kuz, man. I got to show love to the kid, the hated one by the ignorant ones. Got to show love, man. He said, he said, yo, Dan, how many Lakers jerseys do you have? Okay, I got Kuz, I got LeBron, I got AD, I got 2 Kobe's. Or is it 3? No, I got 2 Kobe's. And what am I missing? I think that's it. Yeah, I think so. That would be what, 5 or 6? I got like 5 or 6 of them. Oh, I had the Lonzo Ball one too, but I rarely wear it for obvious reasons. But I wear it to hoop. That's the only one I wear to hoop because I'm a baller, so I got the ball on the back. He said, Dan, LeBron, Shooter, KCP, Davis, and Gasol will be the regular season lineup. So yeah, but we're talking about the death lineup. But I agree, Max. I do expect that to be my starting lineup. He said the Pelicans will be waiting. LOL. They're gonna be waiting for a while. Y'all gotta wait a while for y'all contend. I still feel like Zion's gonna have to develop a jumper for you guys can be consistent with it. He's gonna have the similar type of problems and he showed. I remember his rookie debut game. He showed a 3-point shot, but it didn't show consistently enough. But in order to be able to be successful, if you even make the playoffs, we need Zion to develop a jump shot. Why? Because if not, it's going to get really stagnant. Remember, you already have the big Aussie guy, again, Steven Adams. You already have Steven Adams in there clogging up the lane. He definitely can't shoot. Your backup center can't shoot either. And then Zion won't shoot. They all become liabilities. This is a 3-point shooting league. You need to be able to stretch the floor. Even both of our superstars can shoot. And let's not forget AD hit a game winner last year in the playoffs. So it just shows you that you need floor spacing from every position you can get it from. And much as I love Zion, he's not a floor spacer as of right now. And we definitely know Steven Adams isn't. Lonzo Ball is very inconsistent. You need you definitely need him to develop a jump shot. Nobody can guard Zion, maybe not in the paint, but the defensive scheme, trust me, going up against the Lakers, you ain't gonna be able to dunk everything. AD's down there waiting for Zion. Trust me, he might get a couple of them, but nah, that's not the way to win. Maybe in a regular season you get lucky enough to win games like that. Playoff basketball is different. You need to have counters. And as good as Zion is, he's not that player yet. He's not that player you can just ride to a championship. I'm sorry. I hate to burst your bubble, buddy, but even LeBron had to develop a jump shot and learn to be a leader before he won a championship. And with that, I will leave you guys, man. Just had to school my fellow Pelicans fan over here. I just had to school him right quick because for some reason, I don't know, he's drinking all the juice this year. He thinks they're going all the way. But it is what it is, man. Appreciate y'all for showing up tonight. As always, the donations, the likes, man. Much love to y'all. I'll catch you guys real soon. Matter of fact, we play Friday, so I'll see you guys right here for pregame. Make sure I'm on time this time. And thank you guys, man. I wish you guys the best, and I'll see you guys come Friday. Peace out. Have a great night.